Hello guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a R markdown file for all the R projects. Remember, you have 6 R projects throughout the semester, and I'm going to show you a standard format, right, which is it's very good format to show all your work. First of all, you need to download the R and R Studio. So if you go back to our course home, and then go to the syllabus and textbook. Under the open the syllabus, and you go to middle of the syllabus, there's a link to download both R and R Studio. So the R is kind of like a backend server for the to store the work and then to run the programs. So you need to install both, right? R is backend, R Studio is front end. And you click on this link, it will take us to the installation page. And you install R first and click on this link. And so basically there are 3 different operating platforms, either Linux with different kind of like languages, right? And then Mac OS and then Windows. Just install the proper ones, and let's say you want to download R for Windows, and then you just basically install R for the first time, click on that, and then you download the R 4.6.0 for Windows, right? Click on that. Basically, you will install this software. Just follow the instruction from there. All right, so this is how you install the R. And then if you go back to the previous page, you also need to install the R Studio, and then click on this link right here. So rstudio.com and download, and click on that. It basically will take you to the download page. And by default, right, you can just download the R Studio in Windows. That's a Windows OS, right? You went to Debian, and then all those, that's for the Linux. So let's say this Windows 11, and just click on this, download this, run this software successfully, right? Run it from here, right? And then you basically can start using the R Studio, right? The coding language. So this is basically how you install this. Once you complete both steps, I'm going to go back to our course. And then right here, we're going to, in the search bar, you're going to type in R Studio. Okay. And then just open this software, R Studio. Right, open this app. And then you're going to see, once you open the app, you're going to see this particular interface, which is the typical R Studio interface. And basically, we will put in a code and then get our outputs and then analyze the data set in this central place. So, as I mentioned, you will have we're going to go to the comments. And here, you're going to have 6 projects. Okay, if you click on our project submissions, right? You're going to see each project with the corresponding due dates, right? So you will find a file here, your task, like your work. Our project, first project, you basically analyze the data set and then get some summary statistics and then get some basic graphs from our studio. And then if you click on this file, it's a Word document, so you can just edit it, right, at your convenience. So right here, open the file, and then let's just look at it really quickly. In your first project, we're going to run some basic statistical analysis. and then analyze the graph from there. So yeah, so this is what it looks like, right? So first thing you would do is for all the projects, you open RStudio and then go to File, click on New Project, click on New Directory, and then create a name for your new project. So go back here. So now first thing is go to File, New Project, and let's wait until you load. And then click on New Directory, and then again New Project. Now here, give a directory name, right? Meaning, let's say this is our project number 1. If you want to put your name, let's say there, that's okay, right? I'll just put my initial, right? Yeah. And then you browse where you want to save your first project. Okay, and then click on, let's say I'm going to save under downloads. I'm going to call this, yeah, click on downloads. Open, and then it will be saved under downloads. And then once you do this, complete this, create project, right? So basically, every time when you work on a project, you can save it instantly. Just click on save, right? It will be saved there in your in that particular location. So if you go there, just quickly show you save it under downloads. And as you can see, it's called R project number 1 AL, right? So here, and then basically you can reopen the file from here, right? Let's say you're going to reopen this file and then complete the work there. All right, so you see it's opened. And now the next thing is I'm going to show you how to create R markdown file for the first project. So so before we could create an R markdown and then save as PDF file, you need to install a package called. So here you type install packages, and you can just click on that. It's called tiny text, right? We need this package called tiny text. Once you install this package, then you can save your R project as PDF file or as HTML, especially as a PDF file. And then let's say we run a program, and then also here you're gonna type in tiny text colon and then call install tiny text underscore dash, right? Underscore tiny text open parenthesis close it. Okay, this is just checking, continue the installation. You click on Y means yes, N means no, right? So you click on Y and type in Y. Okay, and yeah, so you will install the tiny text. Let's wait until it loads. And then you can also double check, make sure tiny text is installed, right? So you do this tiny text. Okay, you can just save some time, just click on that, and then click on each. Yeah, each tiny text, right? Meaning you are checking with the RStudio, making sure tiny text is installed. And if you click enter that command, and RStudio will give you a response whether it's installed successfully. It says here, okay, let's wait until it loads. It'll just take a long time to load this. It's still kind of like 60% completion here. Now, as you can see, it says everything is okay. So that means it's successfully installed. Now, from there, we just go to file, and then you go to new file, right? The first link here called new file, and then you click on R markdown. You see the right here, it says R markdown, and then open that. Now in this R markdown, okay, so you're gonna give a title, right? So this, let's say it's our project #1, and then we're gonna save it as a HTML or PDF, right? PDF file is better. So once we install the tiny text, then the PDF file will be, you see, it's PDF outputs require text, right? That's what we did earlier. And then you click on OK, right? And let's say you forget that the code I just show you guys, right? You can just go to the Google and then type in this simple command: install tiny text in RStudio, and then it will show you all these codes you need, right? Like step 1, install packages tiny text in RStudio in the console. Right? We did that earlier. And then tiny text : install tiny text, open parenthesis, close it. And then you can restart RStudio, but I didn't restart. It's okay, right? It works. You don't have to restart it. And then also you can verify the installation by typing the last code. I just show you tiny text : is _ tiny text. And then basically that's how you install a tiny text. And let's go back here. And as you can see, this is a console, right, for this R markdown file. So the good thing is, you see, it will be properly organized, and then you see output is a PDF documents. All right, so I'm going to start with from the scratch. I'm going to delete everything here, right? It's non-delete. Delete that. Okay. And then first thing is this is the analysis. Let's say just analysis of empty cars dataset. Let's say you can type in a comment dataset, and then if you need it, right here you see you can also check on need on save, right? If you check this every time you save it, and we're gonna save somewhere, right? So right here under the downloads, I'm just gonna save it here. We're gonna just give a name called project #1, right? Okay, type it in, and it's RMD file, so this is the default file. It's good, right? Just save it right there. And if you click on, if you check this, meaning every time you need it, you save it, and then you need it. And then when you need it, you look like this. If you need it as a PDF file, right? Let's see. Processing outputs. You see it's loading right now. And then you come up with a PDF file. You see it's very good file. R project #1. And you see your name, date, and this is the analysis empty cars. All right, this is basically our first step, right? Let's go back to RStudio. Let's do some more. Now here, if you put in the code, yeah, let's go back to you can just see, you can just suppress this, right? By click on this console will be suppressed. Then I'm gonna go back to this R markdown file, and here, if you need to input a code, you do this, right? Recall 3 times, curly brackets R, and close curly brackets. Now here, we're gonna put some code, right? First one is library of datasets, meaning we're gonna activate all the datasets. And then here, we're gonna take a look at data, empty cars, right? We analyze this empty cars dataset. And if you do quick summary of empty cars, let's run the code. And then now I'm going to closing this coding block. Right, once you recall 3 times, one more time, then you see it's meaning we are closing this coding block. And then if you can save it, right? Save here, and then you see because I need on save, and then it basically will render that. It will render the outputs automatically. And then if you click on this need to PDF or HTML, this time I'm going to show HTML, right? It will show us the outputs. Yeah, see, this is HTML file. You see our project number 1, my name, date, analysis, code. You see the cool thing is include the code and then outputs, right here. And then so basically every step along the way you can check the outputs. This is a pretty professional file. You can publish this to we can publish documents, yeah, to the, let's say, GitHub or Cargo, something like that, right? So now I'm going to close out this. You can also need it to PDF file, no problem, right? You just need it to PDF file by default, right? This PDF file. It takes some time to need it. Okay. And then you can basically comment on that. You see, this is a PDF file. It's also looks pretty nice. And once you complete the entire project, basically you can just submit this output, right? So I'm going to show you. Go back to our project number 1, right? So the step 1 is loading this data set, right? We did it. So you can just copy this. So let's say that you can copy the second step, right, into the R markdown file. Copy this and go on here. You paste this. You paste it here. So we did load this. I'm going to delete this. It's not needed. We did the first step, right? You can just here you just cut down in this first step, and then the second step is load the data set, and then okay, we did that as well. This is how you load the data set. We even get a summary, right? Of a summary statistics, and after that you can say above shows a summary of each variable for empty cars data set. Okay. Now, so basically this is a step 2, right? Now step 3, go back here, open it, and then step 3 is this, right? Use ggplot 2. Okay, I'm gonna copy this first, and then go back to our studio and then paste it. Okay, so we are providing a brief interpretation of this once we create a plot, right? So here again, we're gonna get a coding block and the curly brackets. It's always the coding blocks. Now here we're gonna install packages, right? Install packages called ggplot 2. Okay, and then also a library ggplot 2. Okay, that's how we get a package, and then loading the package, and then we are going to try a quick histogram, meaning we are creating this ggplot. Okay, so we're going to do ggplot empty cars by doing this data set. Pathetic parentheses x equal to, let's say, variable we're looking at a sickle length. Okay, and then we're going to create a histogram, right? Let's call this geom. go run. I'm just going to be quick on this, right? And once you input this, then next coding block, you just put in record 3 times, right? Meaning we close this coding block. Now let's need it, right? Let's say let's need it to HTML or PDF file. Okay, let's need it to HTML. So just one quick thing, before we can run this, right? That's a little mistake here. So we need to, in this coding block, actually you just need the library ggplot2. Okay. And after that, we put in ggplot, empty cars, comma, emphatic, x equal mpg. So I'm just gonna plot in this miles per gallon, this variable. I'm creating histogram based on the miles per gallon, right? And then here I'm going to give a color. I'm going to put in the beans equal to, let's say, 20, and then color equal to, let's say, red, something like that. Okay. So and once you do this, we don't need that install packages thing, right? That code is not needed because in RStudio we don't have to install any packages there, right? So here, and then you go to need to HTML. Okay. And as you can see, basically, we come up with this. You see, 3 histogram using ggplot2 create a histogram, and we put in the code and also the output here. Right? And basically we can comment down below about this distribution center, right? So go back to this underneath it, we can just comment about this because it asks us to comment on the center, shape and center. So look like it's this distribution, it's slightly, the distribution is slightly skewed to the right, right? Have longer right tail. Look at like center is somewhere around 20, right? 20 miles per gallon. And the center it's close to 20 miles per gallon. So basically that's how you comment the distribution, also the center, based on this histogram. And then basically that's how you complete one part and say move on to next part B, right? I'm not doing the exact. I'm gonna leave some of this to you guys, right? You can just complete the rest yourself. And I just paste it here, B is on this, and then we're also gonna comment on the distribution, right? Later. And so again, you get a coding block. Right. Then typing that, meaning we are putting the code and then closing the coding block once you put in all the code, right? And once you complete the entire project, you can just lead it to one single PDF. And I see this is what it looks like on project 1 with everything, right? With the code, outputs, histogram, right? And the comments. So basically, once you complete the entire project and you get a PDF file and you submit it. And then if you go back to where you save this download, in mine it's a download folder. So if you click on our project number 1, and as you can see, it's saved here, right? It's our project number 1 PDF, right? And then basically that's what it looks like. Let's see, this is a 105, right? This file right here. It's already been saved here. Okay. And this is where you go back and then get your final PDF file and then upload it. And you're gonna upload it to the same place. Users. So once you do that, go back to our branch stage course and then add attachment, submit it, and I'll grade it once you submit it. Right? So this is basically how you complete all these R projects. Right? 6 of them using the R markdown file. And it's pretty, again, you're creating a very professional document. Also, it's pretty straightforward and then user-friendly. Let me know if you have any questions.